Whoa. Check. 1, 2. Is this thing on? Da 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 da. It's a daily Noonerino. Hey. Oh shit. Pointer it the right way. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Hey guys, it's the Daily Noonerino, and yeah, I just realized what time it was. I was outside doing some archery practice, and yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. God, is it crummy outside? It's not quite cold enough to freeze, but it's muddy and it's cold, clammy, and shitty, generally speaking. So, what do we have in store today? Didn't really think about it much. Just kind of making sure I got the system all kind of working out and ready to go on a moment's notice, because that's how we roll. And apparently there's something waiting in the chat. The chat is waiting for new. The chat is waiting for new messages. I thought it said the chat is waiting for me to read new messages. All right. Fantastic. This is really just a systems check, but let's go dig up some things and see what we can find for today. Do I look tired? I've been up all night. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's go to the browser. Yes, I got some decent production work coming up soon. Or sorry, coming out soon to be released. I got some surprises for y'all. Uh-oh. I think the dog just found a squeaky toy. Uh-oh. Let's see now. Whoa, what do we got going on over on yonder here at the YouTube business? Boom. So I guess what we could really kind of get into right now is what's the whole thing that we're really trying to accomplish here with Echelon Publishers Group as a business, but also as an entity, as a content creation kind of group, a group of one, well, actually a group of two, and then there's a few other bodies that get involved with, with some things here and there, depending, you know. It's still kind of fleeting, but the important thing is though is that we're building our own platform so that we can basically muster out any of the situations that would normally cancel us should we get a little too saucy or spicy, as they say in the in the business. But I do digress on that because hey, we don't know where this is going right now. I'm gonna look for some updates here on the whole.
Hey guys, I'm looking for a new way in this computer basically.
I'm gonna look for some updates on this whole business regarding the trucker situation in Canada. Quite the standoff, I must say. I'm impressed. I don't want to say too much at the moment because I haven't got caught up to the minute. So, for all I know, it could have gone to hell in a handbasket, and they could have dropped a nuke by now. I wouldn't know. Maybe that's why the temperature dropped so quickly outside. All right, so we've got February 8th, live from Ottawa's Freedom Convoy 22. Okay, so Viva Frey, he just finished streaming 4 minutes ago. He did a 4-hour stream by the look of it here. Let's go have a quick look here.
We're live, people. It's Tuesday. I know that it's Tuesday. I think it's February. I'm going to say February 8th. I think it's February 8th. It might be February 9th. Back in Ottawa, 11:15. I was a few minutes late, I think, just because I had to get psyched up for another 4 hours.
There, get that out of there. Put it in the other ear.
Sitting at
How's that
home
one?
who can't
A little better?
say sitting at home
Yeah, but
pejoratively,
probably,
cannot get
stick
here,
it in
who
both
is
ears.
at home and who wants to see what's going on here, who wants to know how badly the media is lying in
I guess you
each
can't
and
see
every
nothing, right?
report
Well, this is
on
how
what's
we
going
do it.
on here, can
Bam.
see it for themselves in real time.
That one
No
too.
editing, no selective whatever. Maybe there's selective road walking, so you could write it off for bias in that sense. In real time, what's going on in Ottawa? For those of you who don't know, it's being described as a siege. It's being described as an occupation. It's being described as an anti-black racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic, transphobic, misogynist, extremist protest.
Oh,
And I've been documenting it now. This is now, I believe it's my 6th day here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, yesterday, Monday, and today.
good for you,
Because
Viva.
rumors are
Good
swirling.
for you, man.
It's a rapidly evolving situation in that
And
there's news, there's rumor, there's video clips going viral, and we'll get to them because we're going to have 4 hours to talk about everything today.
we
And the only way to actually
we have to
understand and know
observe
what's
this
going on is to
behavior,
come
by
down
the
and
way.
see it for oneself.
And
How's the audio? Here's look.
hang on a second. Let me pause that. Yeah, we got to kind of look at this as exemplary behavior that we should be emulating, even if it's just to reach your little pocket of society where people might not be bearing witness these events from a vantage point that's a little more unbiased and a little, a little less. How can we say, sideways? But no, I do have to say that people like Viva Frey, other people with platforms of their own, even people using, even if you use the mainstream media's platforms, listen, any way that you can get a message out while you have the opportunity, do it. I mean, it doesn't matter what you use. I mean, as long as if you can shake and rattle a couple of people and get them kind of snap out of it and have a look and ask themselves honest questions, that's the main purpose and that's the main goal. I've been stressing over the last few days since this whole trucker campaign has transpired, and I've just been praying that they keep a cool, calm head. They know that they're being provoked, especially as time presses on. They're going to be getting provoked in different ways, and hopefully they can kind of smile and show how much fun it is, because that's taken the civil unrest to a whole nother level of mastery and completely not even acknowledging the possibility of a violent outcome. And then the military won't get involved unless there's a clear and present danger. I mean, that's what I've been told up to this point. I don't know how much that's going to be reinforced, but that's what I'm understanding, is that the military has refused to enact upon nonviolent protesters. It's not within their it's not within their realm of operational capacity to subdue non-violent, like, people. Like, I was gonna say combatants, non-violent combatants, but I don't want it to be misconstrued. No, it's gonna be literally peaceful protesting. Yeah, it's like, come on. Cops were threatening to arrest people who were bringing fuel to the truckers. And I don't understand this. They're like denying the truckers fuel. Yeah, that'll get them out of Ottawa. Yeah, dumb asses. Like, yeah, okay. Anyway, it's probably old news. That's so yesterday. Let's see what Viva Frey has to bear witness to today here, and see if I find anything else on the other monitor.
The problem is when I wash it and then I put in that argan oil, it gets so light and fluffy, like a cotton ball. The hair it's a weird thing. It actually looks better the greasier it gets, but greasy hair, not so good. And by the way, I had put a poll on our locals community, where Robert Barnes and I have a locals community, vivabarneslaw.locals.com. The poll was, do I keep the new avatar or do I go back to something more classic? And I said I would abide by the results of that poll in locals. And at first, it was neck and neck the entire time. It was 51% go back to something classic, 48% keep the new avatar. By the end of the 24 hours, the new avatar eked out a victory of 51% to 48%, which was radically different than the poll on YouTube, which was non-binding, which had it like the majority of the people liked the new avatar on YouTube. So keeping it, and I'm glad, because I like it. I love it. It represents the way I'm feeling these days. Okay, so the latest in the news. No, you know what? Before we get there, there's a lot of new faces here. And a lot of new faces might think that this is what I've been doing on YouTube in terms of content for the last however many years. We've been doing live streams on the channel, Robert and I. It started during COVID. It started at the beginning of COVID. No, it actually started a little bit before COVID, where I would do periodic live streams with people on specific subjects. Then COVID hit, and Barnes and I turned these things into a once a week live stream where we talk about everything that's going on in the world. And I do periodic live streams with other people. Then we just started doing the sidebar on Wednesdays with a guest. But my channel wasn't originally live streams. It's short legal breakdowns of things that are going on in the world, expressed in a way that allows for easy understanding if I'm succeeding in my mission, and produced in a way which would not allow you to fall asleep while watching it. But anybody who's come to the channel now because of these because of the Ottawa walkabouts, Auto Walks is the other channel doing it, might think that this is what the channel has always been about, and you might be, I don't know, you might find my standard vlog, VLAWG stuff
All
to
right,
be
there, Viva.
different. How's it going?
We're not gonna watch him waffle around though. For one thing, I'm gonna scan through this. There's 4 hours of it. I'll scan through it and I'll save the good bits and put out a little video later. I'm coming up late for my daily update. I came in late for my damn daily Noonerino too, but hey, who's counting? Anyhow, let's see. What other bits and pieces of news do we have? They hate us, apparently, by Russell Brand. And Freedom Convoy preemptive SOS press. Okay, this is 13 hours ago. I did not see this. I was working away.
Who's that bald-faced guy?
All right, we're just waiting for the room to fill up.
Good evening from around the world, around Ontario and around Canada. Thanks for tuning in tonight. The title of this broadcast, for many of you logging in tonight, may be called a preemptive SOS. As you may have seen on some other social media influencers out there, there have been a lot of rumors going around about very increased police presence around the National Capital Region commencing this week. Although we have confirmation they're not here yet, to our knowledge, we believe, given the number of different sources that have been telling us, that there will be a very heightened or increased police presence in Ottawa.
Okay.
We believe it's a credible enough issue that we wanted to do this broadcast. And while it is not time for alarm, it is time to, if you want to support us, if you really want to help out, what I'd like you to do is start thinking about coming to Ottawa. I don't want you to get
Okay, so I didn't see this particular broadcast, but I heard about this when it was going down.
Your families or talking to your employers and saying, listen, I really feel that my place is in Ottawa this week. I can't give you a timeline, and I can't promise you that once you get here, it will have been absolutely necessary. But we have concerns. We have concerns that a large number of police will be here, and they are setting up a processing center out in Lansdowne, and we want to make sure that we're prepared. If this does happen, we will be absolutely peaceful. This will not be confrontational. We are cautiously optimistic that that is not going to happen. But if it does, we are prepared, we are confident, and I don't make that as a threat of any kind. I just say that we're really not fazed by it. If you look at what happened in Calgary today, what I would call an absolute disgraceful action by the Calgary police today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, which is something that's typical that we have seen throughout this pandemic from that particular police department. But here in Ottawa, we have our own set of problems.
Yeah, in Alberta, they basically had a complete stockade, basically shutting down the border crossing, and they were actually they were hauling people out of there and escorting people away and out of the area. It was pretty low rent, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, damn Alberta. I had such high hopes for you, but I digress. Let's see where this goes.
We've been told that one of the triggers or indicators where we know that they're going to physically move against us and start arresting us is when our media goes down. When all of our telecommunications devices do go down, when we go fully black, the next phase of this will be the public order units will move in on us and start kettling. Okay? If you think back to 2010 in the city of Toronto during the G8, G20 summit,
I remember that.
you think back to the fiasco that transpired
very well.
at that event, we really don't want to see that happen again. Okay,
Yep.
but from our perspective,
I was there.
we do believe there is a real possibility that arrangements are being made to that effect. Okay? We will not resist. We will not be violent. Okay? This is a peaceful protest. But the more of us there are, the better it is for all of us. Okay?
Safety
So
in
if
numbers.
this is-
Safety in numbers.
You know, what's that thing? What is that one point in history that's going to make you move off of your couch and come here and get involved? This is it. If there's a media blackout of everybody that you're connected to with this freedom convoy, that's your trigger that you know something is up. And I would encourage you to make arrangements and immediately start heading to Ottawa. We have strength in numbers.
True story.
We have a team of lawyers that are here to help. We're not fazed by this. We're not intimidated. We're just forward.
And they've got the support from a massive uprising of foreign entities from all over the world, showing either financial support, media coverage, or just a happy hoo-ha for all of them, you know, and just wishing the best, and also emulating the same process and tactic in their protests as well. And I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, this is something of an order that we've not seen in our country. I mean, Gen X, like, we've probably seen things similar. Like, we've had like things like the Oka incident and a few other really, really tense scenarios that developed, and pretty much nothing came of it. They were settled peacefully and amicably. So, it wasn't a horrible ordeal. But when you're on that precipice, all it takes, I think it was Jordan Peterson who said, all it takes, when you're in a tinderbox, all it takes is one idiot to light a match. And it's a true story. And sometimes it's not even. Hey, listen, I have it on good authority that there were agent provocateurs at the 2010 G8 summit. Um, there's video records of the so-called combatants that were flipping cars and throwing fire bombs and shit, that they were caught being allowed through the police line, where they uncovered their garments and quickly changed their look so as to not be identified. And unfortunately, the uh, the kicker was the fact that they had shit kickers. Yeah, they had military boots on, and that's the one thing that didn't change when they lost their hoodies and their baklavas and all that kind of stuff. But man, uh, those types of events, they happen, and you got, like, I don't want to surmise anything right now. I don't want to raise any issues, but like at certain protest events where you have other groups show up, um, often they come in and they resort to violent activity, which is not an advisable strategy when you're dealing with an entity very, very much more organized and well, deadly, to say the least, than what you would be able to uh, stand against with. So, you know, like I said, the peaceful protest is defined by how craftily you can exert that protest and make it look like it's not a chore, that it's fun, and that you're not phased by any sorts of provocation. And where you have provocateurs throwing fire bombs and cinder blocks and flipping cars and setting fires and shit like that, um, best thing to do is just to walk away and point it out, film it, broadcast it. We are also trying to enforce our freedom of press and freedom of expression as well. So all of these things are case and point, and the reason why we're defending it in the first place. So use these tools that we have, and these are innate tools that are only set up as reminders in the Bill of Rights, as a reference point for law to take over from there in terms of determining outcomes of cases. And the last thing we need is to have the outcome of this turn violent, because that would be a case of precedence, and it can be used to trample over our rights sometime down the road again. Let's say if something similar or even dissimilar were to take place, we would not really be standing in a good spot, having gone through this already and not really done it the best possible way that we could have. But I digress. I'm at a loss for words. I'm just kind of daydreaming about what's actually going on there today, right now, and I've got a lot of work to do. I'm going to cut this podcast short. These are only little half-hour ditties with the Daily Noonerino. I meant to be here 15 minutes earlier, and I think I got about 25 minutes in. And it was a successful test by the look of it. I have to go back and see how it turned out on the Patreon and all that other stuff. And yeah. And by the way, I want to say hey to my one Patreon patron, Tara. Yeah, baby. You and Chris are my patrons, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's get me some more, and hopefully I can start increasing the frequency and the quality of these broadcasts. So, everybody, put your best foot forward. Stay calm, stay safe, stay cool, stay busy, and stay free, man. Stay free. All right. That's all we got for today. This has been the Daily Noonerino on EPGN, your independent news network. And we'll see you next time. Peace out.